isn't this just fantastic? Captain's log, subdate 210122.4. In a remarkable fluke, my sensors noticed a Sulabon helix, only 1 light year away, so I've sent Ensign Spoon to go steal plans, data, and if possible, one of their cell ships, because Daddy Moisio wants stealth tech that actually works. Welcome everyone to This Week at Twitter, or Twat. Today we have 6 subjects I'd like to go through, and we're going to start with this Karen. The tweet comes from Matt Couch. If you yell at my child like this, we're going to have a serious issue. The video is from TikTok.
Fuck you freaking bitch! You self-absorbed piece of shit!
I'm just a kid.
And your mother should be teaching you better!
She does teach me well.
And my son is without a father because people can't wear a goddamn mask! People are still getting...
I don't know what it's like in other countries, but in the United Kingdom, children for the most part are exempt from wearing face masks, as are a number of adults that have medical exemptions, or have simply bought the medical exemption card from Amazon. And I keenly await for the day the masks are no longer a necessity, because they're starting to do my freaking head in. To move on from that, we go to The Finer Print, who has tagged me in a quote retweet of an image being tweeted out by Looks Last. Oh, everybody hates the word moist. Let's never use that word again. Well, are you happy now? Happy with your damp cake? The description of the cake reads as follows. This is a wonderfully damp, dense, aromatic, flourless cake. It tastes like one of those sponges you drench while cooling with syrup, only you don't have to. And it is such an accommodating kind of cake, too. It keeps well. Indeed, it gets better after a few days. And it is perfect either as a pudding with creme fraiche, or as a sustaining slice with a mug of tea at any time of the day. I would assume, by the way, that it gets better after a few days because it is no longer damp and just evaporated enough of that dampness that it is now a moist cake. The attack on the word moist is an attack on me. If you like your cake damp, you are not eating a cake. You are eating wet goop, and you should be ashamed of yourselves for being such uncultured swines. Moist is a fantastic word. Embrace the moistness. Next, we're going to go to Gretchen the Great. Wow, hashtag Katie Joy, hashtag without a crystal ball, is delusional. How does she always manage to put herself into people's business that don't know she exists? You're going to stay getting sued doing this shit. Girl, you need a nap. She's claiming Jeffree Star, Trisha Paytas, Shane Dawson, et al. Are using her as a scapegoat. Although hashtags are those names. Here's the video.
I'm talking about how evil Jeffree Star is, and what a terrible human being he is, and what he's done to people, and how everyone is scared of him. It made me realize that I am in the situation I am in right now because of Jeffree Star, and I'm the scapegoat. The hell that I've been put through in the last 3 months has been the worst that I've ever gone through, but there's someone that's going through something even worse right now, and they need your prayers, badly. Jeffree Star is, in my opinion, not a good person. I wish I wasn't the scapegoat, and they just weren't afraid of Jeffree Star. You know what, Melissa? You would not be laughing if you knew what I knew and what is going on right now. None of you should be laughing about this, because what's going on is so serious. This isn't funny. It's life or death.
You are a special kind of person where you believe the world is against you, and it is not entirely because of your own actions, leading to remarkably negative consequences. You're precious. To move on from that, we're going to go to British GQ. Now, for many years, many have debated within the phases 1, 2, and 3 of Marvel, what is the best and what is the worst of all the Marvel movies. I don't really have much in the way of an opinion because the moment Endgame came out, I was done with superhero movies. I can't be arsed with that same repeated cycle. You can try and make it more action-packed, but in reality, it's a superhero movie. There's not much more beyond that. Many will agree the worst of all of them is either Iron Man 2, Thor: The Dark World, or Captain Marvel. Now, Captain Marvel sits almost on its own because many believe that Captain Marvel in this particular iteration is a Mary Sue. I was not overly fond of her appearance in Endgame, getting her own grand entrance and just going toe-to-toe with Thanos, effectively being stronger and superior, which to me cucked Thanos until he used one of the Infinity Stones. Bit of a cop-out though. If she's more powerful, I'm still triggered by the fact that not a single female character had so much as a scratch on them during that rather large battle. Well, GQ has finally done what many have already been saying for years, and conceded that Brie Larson's introduction in Captain Marvel was a dud, and accompanied that with an article which only barely accepts defeat on this one. There are rumours that she's being replaced. I personally don't care. The lack of facial expression from an Oscar winner was astonishing. Then again, many say she was told to portray the character that way. Okay, well, can someone tell me why she was still doing that in character in all the interviews where she dumped on men? Because while many of us can concede method acting is a thing, it hardly did you guys any good. When many of the fans were no longer interested in watching her or criticising her, you saw it in the Rotten Tomato scores. Not that you'd notice, I'm sure everyone looked at the critics' score instead. In this theme of rather interesting movies that dump on guys, we're going to go to Grandmaster Banderas, The Last Jedi this and that. Rian Johnson, the director of the first two of the more newer trilogy. Yeah, that guy. And this and that, yeah, but can you please just appreciate the effort that this man tried to create something new and was daring enough? The result is another thing, but please appreciate the effort. It's more than what JJ attempted to do. What he did, though, was take an established and very much loved character and all the canon that was available and tear it up to elevate a female character, to make a new story by ruining the past. Now I was thinking the prequel trilogy would have done that for us, but no. This newer trilogy, which apparently may or may not be canon anymore because of how badly received it was, did it for us. If the only option you can think of to make a movie that is daring and has a lot of effort in it, that simultaneously is supposed to elevate a female character, and by extension women, means that you have to destroy an established male character, then perhaps you haven't thought it through enough as to how you elevate women without destroying men, which at this point is a trope unto itself. Visually, yes, the newer Star Wars did look interesting, but I'll be honest with you, the story was insane. You had a literal Mary Sue who bullied a man into training her and wouldn't stop bullying him until she got her way. But then at the same time, he didn't have to train her, because according to Yoda, she knew it all anyway. What an absolute crock of shit. To our final tweet, we go to Russell Crowe. He retweeted a man called Ian McNabb. Lots of folk complaining about lack of sleep during the pandemic. May I recommend Master and Commander, starring the usually captivating, attention-grabbing Russell Crowe. I've never made it past the 10-minute mark. You're welcome, and thanks, Russell Crowe. To which Russell replies, that's the problem with kids these days. No focus. Peter Weir's film is brilliant. An exacting, detail-oriented epic tale of fidelity to empire and service, regardless of the cost. Incredible cinematography by Russell Boyd and a majestic soundtrack. Definitely an adult's movie, which is the best clapback really. But I did try and watch the film and I got 15 minutes in before I started getting drowsy, which is about 5 minutes longer than what it takes for me to get drowsy while playing Euro Truck, or American Truck, or fishing. With that in mind, as we're done, I'm going to be streaming on Twitch tonight and also a political recap stream on the Moistky Live channel. Link to everything in the description down below. If I don't see you there, have a fantastic Friday and subsequent weekend. Thank you all for listening.